You wake up one ordinary morning and a number lands on you like a brick. 46% of Americans don't expect to be financially prepared for retirement. That's Northwestern Mutual 2026. 48% are afraid they'll outlive their savings. Read those numbers again. That's not a niche problem. That's almost half the country standing on the same shaky ground. That's almost half the country. He doesn't yell, he doesn't panic. He just lets that number sit in the room for a second because it deserves to. This isn't a scare tactic. It's a fact. Verifiable, dated, sourced. And whether you're 25 or 55, this video is about one thing, showing you exactly where the average American stands and exactly what you can do about it before the clock runs out. Everyone agrees the goal is comfort in retirement, but comfort has a price tag, and most people have never actually seen it written down. Here it is. The average retiree has saved $288,700. But when you ask retirees themselves what it actually takes to retire comfortably, they say $823,800. Do that math with me. That's a gap of roughly $535,100 between what the average person has and what the average person needs. $500,000. That's not a rounding error. That's a canyon. And here's the part that should really worry you. The target isn't standing still. It's running away from you. The average American's retirement magic number, the amount people believe they'll actually need, has climbed to $1.46 million. A year earlier, it was $1.26 million. That's a $200,000 jump in 12 months. Why? Inflation, healthcare costs, housing. The everyday cost of simply being alive keeps outpacing what people are able to tuck away. So if you feel like you're behind, understand this first. It's not because you're bad with money. It's because the finish line keeps moving further down the track. Now here's where most finance videos get it wrong. They tell you this is a willpower problem. Spend less, save more, stop buying coffee. That's not the real story. This is a systems problem with personal consequences. Start with pensions. A generation ago, a company job often came with a guaranteed pension, a paycheck for life. That's mostly gone now, replaced with accounts you have to manage yourself with no guarantees attached. Then there's Social Security. People trust it less with every passing year. The program still matters. It's still a major piece of most retirement income, but the confidence behind it keeps eroding, and that uncertainty changes how people plan. Then wages. For most of the workforce, pay simply hasn't kept pace with the rising cost of living. You can be working harder than ever and still losing ground. And then there's timing. The average person doesn't start saving for retirement until age 31. That number should make your stomach drop a little, because compound interest is a machine that rewards early starters and punishes late ones. Every year you wait isn't just a year of contributions lost, it's a year of growth on those contributions lost too. Most people plan to retire around 65, but that plan only holds up if everything else cooperates: investment returns, inflation, your health, how long you live. One variable slips, and the whole plan wobbles. And look at the generational split because it tells the whole story. Gen X, the generation closest to actually retiring, is the least confident of any age group. Meanwhile, Gen Z started out the most confident generation of all, but that confidence is already sliding. Which means the anxiety isn't reserved for people near retirement. It's coming for everyone earlier than you'd think. This isn't random bad luck spread across millions of individuals. It's a pattern, a system quietly stacked against the average life. Here's the part where this video stops being a gut punch and starts being useful. This is not destiny. You are not locked into this outcome. There are real specific moves, not magic, not hype, that change your trajectory starting today. None of these are impossible. They're choices you can start making today. Let's go through them. Start earlier, starting now. Even a small monthly amount, given enough decades to compound, turns into real money. The starting point matters less than the starting date. Capture your full employer match. If your job offers a 401k match and you're not contributing enough to get all of it, You are leaving free money on the table, money your employer is literally offering to hand you, and you're saying no. Choose Roth versus traditional with intention, not guesswork. One taxes your contributions now, the other taxes your withdrawals later. The right choice depends on what you expect your tax situation to look like in retirement, not on whichever one your coworker mentioned once. Use catch-up contributions once you're eligible. The government builds in a legal way to accelerate your savings later in your career if you started behind. Use it. Fight lifestyle inflation. This is the single most underrated wealth killer in personal finance. Every raise you get doesn't need to come with an equal upgrade in spending. The gap between what you earn and what you spend is where wealth actually gets built. Increase your savings rate gradually. A sudden jump feels like punishment and rarely sticks. A 1% increase with every raise feels like nothing and compounds into everything. Rebalance your investments periodically. Keep your portfolio aligned with your actual timeline and risk tolerance, not whatever trend is loud on social media this month. None of these require a windfall. None of them require perfect timing. They require intention. If you take away nothing else from this video, take this. Log into your retirement account right now or the moment this video ends. If you have a 401k with an employer match, find the match percentage. If your employer matches, say, 3% of your salary and you're contributing less than that, set your contribution to at least 3% today. If you're already hitting your match, bump your contribution up by 1%. Then automate it so it happens whether you remember or not. Here's why this one move matters more than almost anything else on this list. Capturing your full employer match is an instant, guaranteed return on your money before the market even does anything. It's the closest thing to free money that exists in personal finance. Don't wait until you've built the perfect plan. Do this first. Perfect the plan later. And if you want a second move after that, calculate your real retirement number. Not a fantasy figure pulled from a headline, but a working number based on your actual expected retirement age, your realistic lifestyle, projected healthcare costs, and honest growth assumptions. A number you can measure yourself against instead of guessing in the dark. Let's land where we started. 46% of Americans don't expect to be financially prepared for retirement. 48% fear outliving their savings. The average American has saved $288,700, while the number people say they actually need is $823,800. And the target itself has climbed to $1.46 million, up from $1.26 million just 1 year before. That's the part that should make you a little angry, because the system has tilted the field and it didn't ask your permission. But here's the relief underneath it. You have levers, real ones. You can start earlier than you think is meaningful. You can capture money your employer is already offering you. You can make small, boring, unsexy changes that compound into something significant over time. You don't need to be perfect, you need to be intentional. So take the 1 minute, log in, set your match, automate the increase. You are not powerless in this story. You are the person who decides what happens next. That's the one decision that actually matters.